The voyage through life often mirrors an unending search for meaning and purpose. Marcus Aurelius, the reflective Roman emperor, encapsulated this timeless quest in his seminal work, Meditations. Like many of us, he grappled with uncovering the blueprint for a life well lived, a pursuit we now refer to as the good life. As a young individual, I discovered solace and direction in Stoicism when conventional guides, education, religion, culture, and familial wisdom fell short of illuminating what a truly fulfilling existence might look like. At its heart, Stoicism is a philosophy that equips us to excel in every facet of life. It's not merely about thriving during moments of victory, but mastering the art of navigating both triumphs and trials with poise and fortitude. One of Stoicism's most transformative lessons, especially for the young, is the critical distinction between what lies within our control and what does not. Though seemingly straightforward, this principle is among the most challenging to internalize. I witness it daily, in my children, in world leaders, and even in my own reflections. Epictetus, one of Stoicism's greatest minds, reminds us that our primary responsibility is to discern what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and relinquish attachment to everything else. We cannot dictate the behavior of others, alter the circumstances of our birth, or rewrite the events unfolding around us. Yet, we hold absolute dominion over one crucial realm: how we respond. Picture yourself confronting adversity as a young person. Your initial reaction might be to fixate on questions like, who's to blame? Why did this happen? Was it fair? Stoicism urges us to release these distractions and channel our energy into what truly matters: our response. The question isn't why, but rather, what's next? This lesson has been etched into my life through experience. Consider my journey as an author. When I pitched a book about an obscure philosophical tradition, my publisher met the idea with skepticism. They deemed it a fleeting trend and offered a modest advance. That book, however, went on to sell millions and touch lives across the globe. The takeaway? Success is inherently unpredictable. As screenwriter William Goldman astutely observed, nobody knows anything. Even my publisher couldn't foresee the outcome. They assumed my concept would fade into obscurity. This realization is humbling. Life thrives on uncertainty, and no one possesses a crystal ball, not even you. Steve Jobs once remarked that the systems and norms we inherit are crafted by individuals who were equally uncertain. So why should we place blind faith in their assumptions, or our own? Simultaneously, we must resist allowing others' doubts to halt our progress. Youth, as I've come to understand, is often clouded by a lack of perspective. In those formative years, every setback feels catastrophic, every missed opportunity monumental. I recall believing that a single failure would irrevocably shape my destiny. But time grants clarity. Over the years, I've realized that those moments of acute pain, the heartbreaks, the rejections, are fleeting. What seems earth-shattering today will fade in significance with time. The secret lies in stepping back, broadening your view, and recognizing that this moment, no matter how intense, is just a fragment of the larger mosaic of your life. I often return to the mantra, all run rates start at zero. This perspective has anchored me in every endeavor: career, relationships, creative pursuits. Whether you're launching a new venture, penning your first chapter, or pursuing any meaningful goal, remember, everything begins small. The seeds of greatness are sown in humility and nurtured through persistence. Embrace the process, trust in your ability to adapt, and boldly step forward into the unknown. After all, the future belongs to those who dare to shape it. Success is often romanticized as an overnight phenomenon, yet true progress unfolds gradually, like the first brushstroke on an empty canvas or the first note in a symphony. Every masterpiece begins with a single step, a decision, an idea, a commitment to start. The journey requires not only vision, but also the discipline to trust the process and persevere through uncertainty. Consider Zeno, the ancient philosopher who sought guidance from the Oracle of Delphi. When told he would gain wisdom by conversing with the dead, he initially puzzled over the cryptic message. Only years later did he realize the profound truth. Books are dialogues with the greatest minds humanity has ever known. Yet, countless individuals overlook this gift, choosing instead to remain passive recipients of life's lessons rather than active seekers of knowledge. As the adage goes, there is no distinction between those unable to read and those unwilling to do so. Immerse yourself in the written word, for within its pages lie the distilled experiences of those who walked before us. Answers to your deepest questions may already exist, patiently waiting to be unearthed. Wisdom does not hinge on foreseeing tomorrow. It resides in how we navigate today. It's about responding thoughtfully, acting deliberately, and embracing the unknown with humility. Life's most profound teachings rarely arrive wrapped in certainty. Instead, they challenge us to grow through experience. Trust the unfolding journey, embrace imperfection, and focus on mastering the art of presence. Picture this: a decorated 4-star general, a former Secretary of Defense, whose storied career was shaped by the enduring principles of Stoic philosophy. General James Mattis once remarked, "If you haven't read extensively, you're functionally illiterate." Pause for a moment and reflect. While personal experiences mold us, the collective wisdom of others offers a reservoir of insight that cannot be ignored. Neglecting to learn from the triumphs and trials of those who preceded us is akin to leaving a treasure chest unopened. Reading transcends mere habit. It is essential for growth. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most revered leaders, credited his transformation to a book recommended by his mentor, Rusticus. What mattered wasn't merely the recommendation, but Marcus's willingness to engage deeply with the material. Knowledge isn't confined to words on a page. It lives in action, in lived experience. Seek out the books that have shaped the lives of those you admire, and dive into their pages. Let their lessons guide your path, for every idea born from another's struggle holds the potential to redefine your future. Philosophy, particularly Stoicism, has profoundly influenced my own trajectory. A mentor introduced me to these teachings, igniting a shift in perspective that altered the course of my life. Philosophy isn't abstract theory. It's practical wisdom applied to daily challenges. Seneca's reflections on living deliberately, Marcus Aurelius's meditations on resilience. These aren't just texts. They are roadmaps for navigating life's turbulence with composure and purpose. But let's be clear, life doesn't conform to our ideals. It's raw, unpredictable, and often unforgiving. Our expectations will inevitably clash with reality, testing our resolve. In such moments, Stoicism reminds us to confront adversity with clarity, free from illusions. Success itself carries hidden burdens, demanding strength and adaptability. I've faced this truth firsthand, and it underscores the importance of preparation, not just for achievement, but for the responsibilities that follow. Life's challenges are the chisels that carve our character. But if we desire transformation, understanding must come first. Wisdom isn't handed to us, it's earned through living, reflecting, and learning from every triumph and stumble. Guides, literature, history, they all serve as wellsprings of insight, offering lessons distilled over centuries. In youth, hearts brim with idealism, a burning desire to reshape the world for the better. Yet, as years pass, this fire often dims under the weight of cynicism. But here lies the art of balance. It's not about surrendering passion or compassion. It's about nurturing an open heart, even when life feels like a storm, testing your resolve. Life may be unyielding, yet its trials need not extinguish your light. Guard against bitterness. Let the flame of hope burn bright within you. I've come to realize that true fulfillment doesn't stem from chasing wealth or status. It blooms from the knowledge gained along the way. Let every choice be guided by one pivotal question: what will I learn from this? In seeking growth rather than mere success, I uncovered something profound. Wisdom arises not from accolades, but from embracing the journey itself. Seek experiences that stretch you, challenge you, and mold you into someone capable of greatness. For in the end, life's greatest lesson transcends achievements. It resides in the act of learning, growing, and living with purpose. This is the ultimate reward. Key idea: embrace growth, not expectations. A Stoic path for young people. The relentless question of what's next can weigh heavily on us, especially when society insists we walk paths paved by others' expectations, paths deemed responsible, mature, or practical. Yet thriving demands more than conformity. It requires pursuing what teaches you most deeply, what enriches your mind, expands your perspective, and shapes your soul. Life isn't a performance staged to impress others. It's a classroom where wisdom and growth are the prizes. True value emerges when you chase lessons that transform who you are, not obligations dictated by external voices. Gary Vaynerchuk often shares a powerful truth that resonates with many young people grappling with self-doubt. You've got time. And he's absolutely right. You're not too late. Too often, youth convinces us that the die has been cast, that our choices have locked us into a singular trajectory. But life is far more malleable than that. Consider Nell Painter, a celebrated historian who embarked on a new chapter in her 70s, earning an MFA in art. Her story stands as proof that reinvention knows no age limit. Opportunities abound, waiting to be seized. Society's pressures should never dictate your direction. Reflecting on my own journey, I recall facing the daunting decision of whether to leave college. My mentor offered me timeless advice. If it doesn't work out, you can always return. You're still so young, you have time. He was correct. Life brims with second chances, yet paradoxically, time is fleeting. Seneca warned of the folly shared by all procrastinators. They delay action, clinging to the illusion of perfect timing. Yet death isn't some distant event looming ahead. It unfolds continuously, moment by moment. Every hour wasted believing you have endless tomorrows is irretrievable. Time is the currency of life. Spend it wisely. If you feel the spark of ambition igniting within you, don't wait for the perfect moment. There isn't one. Begin now. Seize today like it's your last chance, because in many ways, it could be. This principle aligns with the Stoic practice of memento mori, the reminder that life is fleeting and fragile. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. All we truly possess is this present moment. So why squander it? Take control of your existence. Confront your challenges head-on, nurture your mental well-being, and tame the chaos swirling around you. In youth, this can feel especially daunting. A maelstrom of emotions, doubts, and societal pressures threatens to pull you under. Yet growing up means learning to steady yourself amidst the storm, refusing to let turmoil poison every corner of your life. Maturity outweighs raw talent when it comes to work, relationships, or any meaningful pursuit. Over and over again, I've seen this truth play out. Give me someone dependable, composed, and self-aware over a brilliant but scattered individual any day. To earn trust and open doors, you must demonstrate reliability. You need to prove that you won't crumble at the first sign of adversity. A critical piece of this puzzle lies in understanding contribution. Early on, your role isn't about glory. It's about lifting others higher, whether it's your boss, mentor, or team. Success isn't measured by who gets the credit, but by the value you bring to the table. Be the person who keeps things running smoothly, who offers fresh perspectives, who strengthens the collective effort. Credit fades, contributions endure. Without mastering this mindset, opportunities will slip through your fingers as quickly as they come. Yet none of this diminishes the immense pressure young people face daily. Life often feels like an endless race against stress and anxiety, and I've walked that path myself. For years, I wrestled with worry, hypersensitive to criticism, consumed by fears of failure, and robbed of joy during what should have been some of my most exhilarating days. Anxiety has a way of stealing everything vibrant from life if you let it take hold. But here's the antidote. Learn to quiet your racing thoughts, manage your worries, and focus only on what truly matters. Don't allow insecurity to rob you of the beauty of living fully. Another cornerstone of Stoicism warns us that ego is the enemy. Early in my journey, I realized that arrogance posed a far greater threat to my success than failure ever could. Thinking you know it all, or believing you're somehow above the process, is where downfall begins. When success comes knocking, it's tempting to let pride swell your chest, but that's precisely when cracks start forming. The Stoics teach us that genuine progress stems from humility, the courage to admit ignorance, remain teachable, and resist letting ego blind you. As Seneca wisely observed, "It is impossible to learn that which you think you already know." Confidence is essential, yes, but pair it with the humility to acknowledge areas for growth. True success doesn't hinge solely on knowing your strengths. It demands awareness of your weaknesses and the willingness to evolve. Ultimately, remember this: life isn't about chasing applause or seeking validation through noise and spectacle. It's about crafting a life rooted in authenticity, wisdom, and service to something greater than yourself. Stay grounded, approach each day with humility, and commit to lifelong learning. You're not merely building a career or curating a reputation. You're shaping the person you'll become. Walk the Stoic road of clarity, discipline, and inner peace, and watch as unexpected forms of success unfold before you.